segment.
Okay.
And so we want to go back to the Silver Dome for your best moment. Any background you want to give us on this before we roll the tape?
Well, it was '87. It was Mother's Day.
Yep. Playoff game against the Hawks.
Playoff game against the Hawks. I had just finished getting my degree at Indiana. My mom couldn't come to the game. She was walking across the stage at Indiana, receiving a diploma for me, and I made the game-winning shot against the Atlanta Hawks.
Let's roll that tape, and you can and just take me through this as the play unfolds and just how you remember it all going down.
Well, we had lost the year before to the Hawks, and we were battling, trying to get past them, and as you can see, it was a close game. I remember Chuck calling the play at the end of the game, and
Chuck Daly. Yeah.
And I wanted to get to my right hand.
Here's Isiah. Let's see what we got. All the way up. Go!
And once I turned the corner and I saw Antoine Carr slide off, I knew I had my shot. And you can see how happy I was. I did my little happy dance.
Yes, you did.
And is this the game where Chuck was calling a different play and he was like, "We ain't running that. You just gonna have to give me the ball, Chuck, and let me go to work"?
No, that was 1990.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But at the same time that we relive this through your eyes, you guys all jump in. You all remember when this happened too, Chuck?
Yeah.
You know, there's no better feeling, and it doesn't happen that often. No matter how great a player you are, it's very seldom you actually hit a game-winning shot.
Right.
Like, there's always some back and forth, but very seldom do you get the chance to actually make the shot that ends everything. And that's always a cool feeling. But I can understand, I know Isiah was really close to his mom, but to have that dynamic where she's accepting his diploma and she hitting the game-winning shot, that's pretty much is a perfect day.
We were just getting ready to beat you right after that, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. We were trying to find out who was going to take the beating. who was going to go? But it was us in Atlanta, you know, trying to figure out who was going to be that next team. And Atlanta had beat us the year before.
Yep.
And I remember Patti LaBelle came out with that song in '86. I'm on my own. Why did it have to end this way? This ain't the way. And I remember driving out of, you know, when Atlanta beat us the year before, and that song was playing. And I came back the next year, and I was like, we ain't losing to them. And I got a chance to make that shot.
Where did the happy dance come from, by the way?
It just spontaneously, it just came out. I really don't know where that came from. I swear
I mean, you hadn't done behind the back,
holding the ball.
I was so happy that we had won.
Show us right now, Isiah. Show us.
I didn't realize that I had to do that.
You know,
that was relived very nicely.
We were all happy, right?
Now, the footnote to this best moment, this great moment in your career, when you talk to your mom.
I mean, so my mom, you know, from Mississippi, she was from that generation that wasn't allowed to go to school, that wasn't allowed to get an education. And so my mom never got a chance to get a grade school diploma, high school diploma, none of that. And all she wanted was for her kids to be educated. And to have my mom be able to walk across the stage
On Mother's Day.
With a cap and gown on, and then have the students at Indiana University, you know, applaud her. I mean, there's nothing like that moment.
So tell me what the phone call was like. After you win because that was an afternoon game.
Yeah.
You win that and beat Atlanta. She has the day getting your degree.
Yeah. So she's at Jimmy Ross's house, who's not alive right now, but she's at Jimmy Ross's house in Indiana. And, you know, my mom liked to drink. You know, so they full, right?
They're full. They feeling good?
Yeah.
They're feeling good.
Yeah, you know, they were full. So I call up, and the music is playing in the background. You know, they jamming, and I'm like, Mom, we won, we won. She said, baby, I graduated. I said, yeah, congratulations, Mom. You know, and we just had that moment on the phone.
That's tremendous.
But she wasn't excited about us winning. I'm calling to say we won. Yeah. And her words were, baby, I graduated. And she didn't say you graduated. She said I graduated, which that was an awesome moment.
Now, you go to the other end of the spectrum now. So so give me a moment that's, I don't want to say it's the biggest disappointment of you, or it's just one of those moments on the other side of the spectrum where your emotions are totally different than they were that day when you hit the game winner.
I would say we get to the NBA Finals, and you fighting all your life to, you know, get to the pinnacle, to get to the top. And we're better than the Lakers. We're beating the Lakers, and they know it, and we know it. And you're in the series, and you just know when the other team knows that you're better. And now we're just playing the game. And we had got to the point with the Lakers in that Game 6 where they knew that we were better, and we knew that we were getting ready to win. And I stepped on Michael Cooper's ankle.
Isiah Thomas is hurt down on the court underneath the basket. I couldn't tell what happened.
Mike Abdenauer, the trainer, is with him, and now Thomas goes back down.
Out of all the fights that we had with the Celtics and everybody else, now you finally get to the finals, and you going out like this.
Right.
To me, that was the most heartbreaking moment that I've ever experienced. And not only that, Ernie, it's like, had we won that series, we would have been the first team of our generation to win 3 straight. Mm-hmm. You know, Boston, they never went back-to-back. Mm-hmm. Lakers went back-to-back. We would have been the first team of that era, that great era, to win 3 straight championships. So I go in the locker room, and as we're walking into the locker room, they have the champagne. CBS got the champagne and everything set up, and they wheeling all of that out of our locker room as we're walking in, because now we got a Game 6.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, and when I hear you tell that story, I feel and I hear the pain that meant for you. And when I'm thinking about this, I'm saying, oh, for Isiah, it's going to have to be the pass against the Boston Celtics. That's got to, but that's not as painful, that moment?
That was a moment on the journey. I'm in the finals, and I got the guy down on the ground, and I'm getting ready to just tear his heart out, right? Yeah. And yeah. But you know, it's like I can't get it. Now the Boston moment, that was a heartbreaking moment. Probably. What was heartbreaking about that moment is, and Kevin, you'll remember this, but before that moment, before I threw the ball away, I had made the game-winning shot.
Out on the top of the floor against Seaston.
16 seconds. Seaston right in his face. Thomas with a very big bucket.
We go to the timeout. We know Bird's going to get it either on the left side or the right side. And we got the play figured out. We sent him left. About 5 of us come over there to try to block the shot.
There's Bird with the ball against Mahone.
He'll take it to the hoop. You can bet. He's going to try to draw a foul.
It's blocked. And Seasting hit it off of a Detroit player. No.
Ball goes out of bounds, and I'll never forget, everything just started, it went in slow motion. Jess Kersey is standing there. I'm looking at him, and we froze. We celebrating. And Jess Kersey starts to count because he's standing there, and he has the 1 count. So I run over. We look at the bench, no timeout, nothing. So I run over, and I grab the ball. And this is probably one of the most incredible plays that's ever happened against me and that probably I've ever witnessed. From an athletic standpoint, 2 people being in sync, and Bird playing every second. And that's what the Celtics taught us, to play every second, not to play 47.5 minutes, but to play a full 48. So I grabbed the ball, from the referee. Lambier's a good foul shooter. I never had taken the ball out. That wasn't my thing, right? I throw it up. Bird sneaks in. I didn't even see him. But the thing I remember the most is that joker. This is the out-of-bounds line. That joker caught the ball, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, he going out of bounds. That dude did this, like a ballerina, right? And if you go back and you watch the play, that dude is on his toes. The baseline is right up under his toes. And in my mind, he must have stood there for about 5 seconds because everything was going in slow motion in my mind, right? And it's like, I'm like, and then it's a strange moment. I'm like, damn, how you doing that? And then DJ, out of nowhere, right?
Right.
They are so in tune. They are so in sync. He catches the, Bird hits him. He catches the basketball, lay it up.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right at 1 second left. What a play by Bird.
And as I'm walking to the huddle, this is what I see. I'm walking to the huddle, stand up, Charles, and I see DJ do this. I mean, it wasn't no high five. It wasn't Isiah dance. It was like it was a love thing, like they hugged and embraced. And I'm walking to the huddle, and they were our mentors. We studied them. They taught us everything. And they were great teachers. Not only were they great teachers, right? But they also, after they beat you, then they would school you. So I'm walking to the huddle, and as I come back out of the huddle, right? We try to take the ball out of bounds or whatever. Larry walks by and he goes,
Wow.
winks at me, right? I'm like,
Oh.
No, but they were great teachers. But I look at what we were as a basketball team. Ernie, 87, 88, 89, 90. We would have went to 4 consecutive NBA finals. And out of all that, and out of the teams in that era, right? We would have won just as many championships. We'd have been in just as many more finals. And history would have treated the Pistons a lot different had those two things not happened. And had we not made the play, had I not sprained my ankle.
The high and the low for Isiah Thomas when we come back. Shaquille O'Neal is up.